Welcome back. I'm your host, Johnny Freeborn. You are watching Central Valley Real Estate, and my next guest is Bert Welsh with Win Home Inspection, and you are located in Fig Garden. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm stumbling over my words here.
Good to meet you.
Welcome to have you on the show,
right.
and thank you so much for joining us.
Sure.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm in the home inspection business, and I've been in it now for 8 years. I've done over 3,000 inspections in Fresno County and surrounding areas. They were talking about teams. It sounds like that's the word of the day. We've also have a team as well.
Okay.
Because when you have teams like this, powerful teams, you're going to have powerful inspectors to handle all that business they bring in. So I have 2 inspectors, and we have a full-time office, so you can always get us. And we do real good. We can do up to 4 to 6 inspections a day, which makes it.
Wow.
Usually, when a realtor does a deal, they usually want to get it inspected as soon as they can, because that's the last holdup between the deals.
Right.
So,
It speeds the process up.
yeah, we're able to get in usually within 24 hours of the time they call. We can have somebody out inspecting it. So
Very good. Very good. And you've been doing this how long now?
8 years.
8 years.
Mhm.
Okay.
And we turned to a team concept about a year ago, because when you're good, you get busy.
Yeah.
And so I was getting to the point where, and this happens to most home inspectors, most of them are independent individual guys, and you get up to a certain level and you just get maxed out. And so when you get busy, you just have to push some of your main customers off and push them off. So I was starting to get into that situation and decided to bring on more help, and now we can get everybody in.
Okay. Now, what goes into becoming an inspector? Is that
Well, I think it starts
certification
probably, yeah, I think it starts earlier than that. I mean, you have to have some sort of experience around homes or buildings or materials, or you have to have some sort of a base to go from. And then, then they have I did 145 hours of training. I had 40 hours of online training. And then I have to get 11 credits every year, so we have to go back to our conference once a year, and we get certified each year. So we're certified through a national organization.
wonderful? And what are the types of things you guys are looking for? Termites?
No, termites. That's a different issue. Termites is a termite guy. They have a separate license for what they do.
Okay.
We do just about everything else, from the roof to the foundation.
Structural stuff.
Plumbing, plumbing, electrical. I would say water and electrical are usually our biggest issues that we find, because water is very destructive, both on the exterior from the elements and from the interior from just leaks and things like that.
Right.
That's the biggest issue we have, and also the older houses, the more people that have owned them, everybody thinks they're an electrician and a plumber, and they start running stuff all over the place, and then we have to try to figure out what it is, if it's done correctly. We don't inspect the code, but we do know the codes, so that when one of the things that a lot of people don't know is the older houses, which you got a 2-story with stairway. The stairs back then could be 5, 6, 7 inches wide, and today now that's no longer the standard, because they've had a few kids that have fallen through it and actually hung themselves between the railings.
Oh, that's terrible.
So we call that out and let them know those types of things. Also, then they used to bring windows all the way down to 15 inches off the floor in the older houses, and they were plate glass. They weren't safety glass. Okay. So if you're having a party and you go stumbling and you go through the window, you're going to be cut up pretty bad. So we let people know that those things exist in those houses. We can't make them change them,
right,
but we let them know that they exist. So.
Okay. And does that hold up the process at all as far as buying a home, or?
It depends on how much is going on with the house and how much the buyer really wants to deal with it, and how much the seller. This is usually, I turn that over to the realtors. The realtors typically will, arm wrestle between the buyer and the seller and decide who's going to do what and how much it's going to cost, who's going to do it. So that's why we're an independent third party. We don't really get involved in any repairs. We don't estimate the cost of anything. We're totally independent of the whole process. That's why they bring us in.
I see. Is there a website people can find you at?
www.winhomeinspectionfiggarden.com. Kind of long, but you can always just Google Win Home Inspection Fig Garden and you'll find us. We're on Yelp. We're on Google. We're on Facebook. We're everywhere. One thing that has really propelled our business is that we've gone way into technology. And again, most of the home inspectors are still, a lot of them still do reports handwritten. Our total process from the time you call until the time you get an invoice and even a year after is all, we've all got it automated, totally automated.
Oh, so wow. That streamlines everything.
Oh, it does. The realtors love it because they can, anywhere in the world that they have internet access, 6 clicks and they can order an inspection from us. We give them a link that they put on the face of their phone, and they use that link, and they go right into my calendar. They can see the days open and the times. They can gray that area out. Our office will call them back, book it, and it's all done.
Very easy.
So yeah, very, very. Because before we had all of that, it was a mess. I mean, it could take 2 to 3 days to get something scheduled because I'd be on a roof, and I'd go, I got to get back to you, and then I'd get out and I'd forget. And they call back. I mean, it goes back and forth. We don't have any of that now. We can get most things booked and done within 48 hours.
So you actually have to get on the roof and check things out that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you're not just looking through binoculars.
No, you gotta go out there because things be lurking. And the thing about it is, it's a roof is out of sight, out of mind type of a thing. People don't go up there until they see a stain or something on the ceiling, and they go, you know what, it might be leaking. But typically they don't go up there, so they'll have no clue about what's going on. So usually we're the first in a few years that have been up there to take a look. So, I mean, just having leaves on the roof and not blowing them off can cause, we get a heavy rain, causes a dam, and the water backs up and goes up under the shingles.
Wow.
So, but another piece of, we've just added about a month ago that I'm really proud of, it's called a digital maintenance binder. So 2 days after they get my report, they get another email, and it's a digital binder. It's a place to put everything about their home in one place on the computer. What we're finding out is that the millennials today don't have a clue about houses. When I grew up, your uncles and everybody, they taught you. You came up, we built our own house, so I knew what was going on. Today, if you say, do you know where the filter is? And they go, what's that? You know, so this is really great for them, and they're loving it. I've already set up the maintenance for them on the report when it comes. So when the furnace filter needs to be cleaned, they'll get an email alert saying time to clean that. So I've already set that up for them. So they've already got that. They can upload paint colors, repairs. They can put all of that stuff in there. So this is one spot that they've got where everything about the house is there. They can also put in serial numbers of newly bought appliances, and if there's a recall, they get an alert. I've put 15 of the tradespeople that I deal with that I know that do good work. They're on there with their phone numbers. So they've got a complete setup of how to take care of that home after we're done.
Very good.
So that makes it real good, real nice. They love it.
Yeah.
And it's good for me because at the end of the inspection, typical question is, do you know anybody that does this? Or, how often do I need to do it? I don't have to, that cuts out more time. I just look in your email in about 2 days, and you'll see in the subject line, it's going to say, the last thing to do with your home inspection, and that's it. And it's also transferable if they sell the house, which is good. They can have the paint colors in there, everything. So now the new buyers got, everything is right there. They don't have to think about it. So we embrace technology. I mean, it saves time. It makes the difference. It's really pushed us out ahead. The realtors, as they learn more and more about the things that we're putting out, just love it because the realtors, their technology is way, way up there. I mean, they've all embraced it. But most of the home inspectors haven't. Because again, I mean, I belong to a franchise, so we got 200 people putting money in to get this type of technology versus one guy.
Right.
And so we get some pretty nice stuff going on.
Good. What a great way to specialize in something and set yourself apart from your competitors.
Correct.
using the technology. Very good.
Well, and it just saves us a lot of time and mistakes. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nothing like having an appointment set up and you go out there and the listing agent forgot to turn the water on and the gas on. So now we're out there and we can't do an inspection because, and I've had a lot of that happen before we got the new process. But now, the minute the order is placed, 3 automatic emails go out right away. One goes out to the buyer, one goes out to the seller, and one goes out to the listing agent, telling them to make sure that the utilities are on. And then 1 hour before the inspection, everybody gets a text message saying you've got an inspection coming up. Because there's realtors that just forget that they have an inspection. We go out there and there's nobody there. So it's taking care of a lot of that, and I think that's why they're embracing it pretty well.
Very good. Well, Bert, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Again,
I appreciate it.
Bert Welsh with Win Home Inspection. I hope people get a hold of you. What's your phone number in case?
It's 559-363-4080.
Wonderful. All right. Hope you come back sometime.
Oh, we will. We've been over here several times.
Oh, good.
Yeah, good folks.
Good. All right. We will be right back.